Hello everyone, this is Group 5. In this video, I will talk about the project that we have been developing for the iTech 4750 Senior Capstone class. The problem. The Chess County Transportation Authority is finding it difficult to find a good system or program to keep track of the maintenance on roads. The Chess County Transportation Authority still uses paper records in the access database that does not meet their demands or standards. Another issue with the current database system is that only one user can access the current database at a time. The solution. Group 5 has decided that we will develop a new maintenance record keeping system for the Chess County Transportation Authority. We expect our new maintenance record keeping system will address the issues with the old system. Group 5 is anticipating that the new maintenance record keeping system will make maintaining records easier and the Chess County Transportation Authority more effective and efficient. Our group has created a new web-based system using PHP and the MySQL database. The old paper form has been replaced by new web-based forms that can be accessed via the website. We have created a database that can be accessed via the website using PHP and protected by login authorization. There is a search function where someone can search for a road by selecting the road's name and clicking submit. Data is then displayed in the table for viewing information on what services will perform on that road and when. Information can be inserted into the database by accessing the record entry pages. When the user accesses the record entry pages, they are presented with a form to fill out with data. Once the user has completed filling out the form on the page, they click the submit button and the information is inserted into the database. Benefits. Group 5 has done a feasibility analysis and has found many benefits of the new maintenance record keeping system. Group 5 assumes that the new maintenance record keeping system will increase the Chess County Transportation Authority's productivity. More than one user will be able to access the new database at a time using 3 client workstations. The internal report record shows the cost of services done on roads and equipment, which will allow the county to debate and decide which equipment purchases and road upgrades are necessary to save the county money. The public residents can view records that will allow them to see what services have been performed on their roads, helping lower the call volume to the county concerning when services were last completed. Economic benefits. The new system will improve data entry time, spreading the work across 3 applicable users versus the old system's allowance of 1 user. The new system is expected to lower the time employees are on the phone or face-to-face with county residents concerning road maintenance, giving employees more time for other county work. Time saved from interaction with county residents is estimated at 20 hours. Forms and reports will now be primarily web-based, resulting in less consumption of paper and ink and toner. Less space will be required in office to house and keep paper records. Estimated financial benefits. Through the use of the design and implemented system, there are estimated financial savings for Chess County. It will be monthly savings of $276. After a 5-year payoff, there are monthly savings of $356. After a 10-year outlook, $37,920 are saved in savings. Social value. The new maintenance record keeping system will make maintaining records easier. Data entry will be more efficient and require less time for record processing. The new system will lessen the impact on the environment by consuming little to no paper, ink, or toner. Office workers will be more productive in other areas of office work, requiring less attention to the maintenance record data entry. More productivity from office workers in the county office would allow more from taxpayer money, since county employees are paid from collected taxes. Likelihood of success. The expectation for the new system is that it will most likely succeed in providing a more efficient way of record entry for the county's road maintenance. The new system has been designed to be simple, minimal, and easy to use in efforts to lower the learning curve when employees are trained to use the system. There will be training for the new system offered as needed for county employees. The expected learning curve is low for all employees. The simple minimalist design should aid county workers in being more efficient in road maintenance record keeping. The new system will eventually save the county and taxpayers thousands of dollars based on projected estimates of savings. Some users of the new system may not be tech literate. The simple design and easy use of the system should lessen the learning curve for using the system.
Hello, this is Marvin Royal, uh, demoing a live test of the Chess County Transportation Authority's new maintenance record keeping system. The system was designed with PHP and MySQL. It was designed to be simple and minimalist and to lower the learning curve for county employees who may not be tech literate. Uh, the system will allow county employees to add new employees who do the maintenance on the roads, new roads in case a road hasn't been entered into the system, and then it also allows for the addition of new equipment to be added as it is purchased. The When you first go to the system, this is the page that you will see. It's a login page. It allows for public record search and then for a login. So we'll go ahead and log in and look at the internal side first. And on the internal side, we have the options of entering a new road, entering a new employee, entering new equipment, uh, entering a new road service record and new equipment service record. And then we can view the records that have been entered into the database. Um, for example, if we needed to add a new road that hasn't been put in yet, we can go in here and say, okay, let's say that Georgia Drive is a road that hasn't been entered yet, and that is a paved road. P for paved, D for dirt. And then we go ahead and submit that. That'll add it to the system. And then we can go in and look at the new employee. Let's say we've got a new employee, and the new employee is Greg Allman. And we can add a new employee for records keeping purposes. Go back to the main menu. We need to add new equipment. Let's say that the county bought a new bulldozer, and this is bulldozer with the serial number 8765. And the original cost of the equipment was $23,000. We can go ahead and submit that. Go back to the main menu. If we need to enter a new road service record where service has been done on the road, whether the road's been scraped, whether a pothole's been fixed, whether it's been cleaned up, mowed around the medians, etc. We can go in here and do that. So we'll go in here and we'll look at Georgia Drive, which is what we just added, and we'll say that Greg Allman is the one that's going to be completing the dirt, and he used the paver because he's going to fix some potholes. And so what we can do is we'll say he did it on November 20th, fixed stretch of potholes. May need second treatment. Check in week. And we use some asphalt, and it costs roughly, let's say, $750. Alright, so there's our road record. And now the employee can click submit. It adds it to the database. So if we wanted to view that, we can go back to main menu, view road records. We have a drop-down list with all the roads that are in the database. And we added a record to Georgia Drive. We hit submit, and it displays the record. Displays on the internal side the date, road name, service description, notes from the employee, maintenance cost, the employee's first and last name, and the equipment used. What this will allow the employees to do is be able to see, okay, well, this was the last date, or these are the dates that service was completed on a road, what was done, and any notes from the employee as far as what might need to be done uh, in the future. It also shows the maintenance costs of the road. What that will allow to do is the county has an estimate about how much it would cost to either pave a dirt road or repave a paved road. And so once the maintenance cost, if it's requiring a lot of maintenance in a short periods of time, they can say, okay, well, it'll be cheaper to pave the road or repave the road. And it also shows, what equipment was used, which allows them to keep track of how much the equipment's being used and where it's been used and who has been using the equipment, uh, which will also allow them to see that if a complaint comes back that the equipment's been damaged, they can actually go in and look and see when that equipment was last used and the employee who used it. But if we go back to main menu, um, we can enter new service equipment road, and let's say we want to do paver 2, and we'll put in on the 25th that they changed hydraulic fluid, and there's no employee notes. Used some parts. The hydraulic fluid was $75, and we hit submit, and that'll add records for that. And then we can go look at the equipment records and come down here. It lists all the equipment that's in the database, and we submitted for paver 2. And so we can see that on the 2nd of November, the oil was changed, and that the employee noted it needs new tires, and the maintenance cost was $200. And this is the employee who performed the service. And then we've got paver 2, change tires from this note here, and then on the 25th it changed the hydraulic fluid, and everything else looks good. So we can go back in here and put in a new equipment service record, and we'll just go back to paver 2, and we'll put Williams in here, and we'll say on the 29th he came in and changed, we'll say he welded a bucket to fix holes. May require new, well, this is a paver, so we wouldn't do that. Let's say let's say that he cleaned it. We'll say that he cleaned everything. And he has no employee notes here, and so that's just hourly labor, and he spent a couple hours doing it, so we'll put in 150, submit. Then we can go back to the main menu, and we want to go into view equipment records, and we're going to view for paver 2, submit, and we can see that it was cleaned on the 29th by Brandon Williams. And if that's it for the internal side of things. All right, and now if we go back to the login page, which will be linked from their current website that they have for their county, the county residents can click here on the public record search, and that will allow them to say, okay, well, I live on Huddle Road, and I can click submit here, and it'll tell me that on November 2nd, the road was scraped, and that the employee noted that it needs a load of dirt. And then it'll show also that on November 27th, that the road was scraped again and the dirt was added, with no new notes from the employee and what equipment was used. The public don't need to know the cost of what was going on or the employee that was out there. That's on the internal side of things. But this information, instead of a county resident calling in and talking with one of the county employees at the commissioner's office, well, when was my road last scraped, and the county employee having to look through the records, flip through a book of records, paper records, and say, hey, well, yeah, I found it. Here it was on, November 27th. This road was scraped and a load of dirt added. The public can actually go to the website now and look that up for themselves, which will save the county employees a lot of time, either over the phone or face to face, trying to figure out when service was done to a road because a county resident is complaining. So that will help save, and then we can click go back. And let's say that, well, my sister lives over on Georgia Drive, and I can see that they fixed some potholes, and that there will possibly be somebody coming back in a week to check to make sure that everything is um, still fixed and doesn't need a second treatment. But overall, this is a very simple minimalist design. It's designed to be easy to use, quick to insert records as needed, um, and show the needed and required information for the county employees and for the county residents. Um, and that has been the live demo of the Chess County Transportation Authority's new maintenance record keeping system.